Welcome to another episode of All Lights. Today we bring you the movies that were screened on the third day of Karlovy International Film Festival. Watchmaker Lucio devotedly looks after his wife Diana, who shows clear signs of mental illness. When he realizes she needs professional care, he has placed her in an experimental institution for treatment. Then strange things start to happen. Are they a figment of a similarly afflicted mind, or is there really something unsavory going on? The story, set in the mid-20th century, conjures up an intriguing blend of melancholic retro atmosphere and sense of menace. The film hovers on vague borders between reality, illusion, and fixation, lending the intimate story of the loving couple an air of magic realism. Scenes from the home environment that stand alongside motifs from the institution, where both people and dogs are patients. The film's perspective accommodates the characters' disturbed state of mind, and despite their obvious commitment to one another, the married couple's coexistence balances on a precarious line. The moment of the family finds peace of mind, their tranquility then seems to elude them, and traces of disquiet remain even after the wife mysteriously recovers.
Enfermo. Usted es el enfermo.
At first glance, 6-year-old Sylvia is a carefree creature enjoying a normal childhood. She spends a lot of time with her best friend Mate, but she has another friend who desires her company even more, her father Ignacio. As time goes by, Sylvia withdraws from him into an asocial, somnambulistic world of addiction without those around her even noticing. Not until she is 25 does Sylvia decide to re-evaluate her life and to resist everything that connects her to the past. This also means doing battle with herself in order that she may finally become an adult woman who is able to control her own behavior. Veteran Spanish filmmaker Montexo Armendariz has focused on social issues since his first successful film Tazio in 1984. And for this poignant, nausea-inducing topic, he once again chose a subtle yet powerful point of view drawn from an extensive collection of case studies. A youth named Louis lives in Montreal. He has no interests, real friends, or even dreams. His only hobby is pursuing porn for the purpose of pleasuring himself. Louis begins to show signs of frustration. After moving to a new apartment, he discovers that his new neighbor is his exact opposite. Surrounded by friends, the good-looking young man is entertaining and obviously happy. His encounter with this guy invokes new impulses in obsessive Louis that eventually change his life. Laurentia is a drama which lays bare the absolute emptiness of life in contemporary society. The internal and external drama of Louis's existential path is told through a refined, ascetic style employing long shots and a bare minimum of dialogue. Thanks to its formal aspects, Laurentia can be classed as spiritual cinema in that it offers a complex look at sex, death, and life's spiritual dimension. In terms of its tone, the work is reminiscent of Carlos Regada's Battle in Heaven.
C'est bon! C'est quelqu'un qui va finir par appeler la police, sacrément!
C'est Christ de provincial!
It's just more annoying than anything else. I'm okay, I guess. It's just Meg's great, man. She's out of town for the week. I know we always miss each other for some reason. What happened?
1564 was a year Peter Bruegel completed one of his most famous epic paintings, The Procession to Calvary. Christ's story depicted here is transferred to the period in Bruegel's life when his nation was suffering under Spanish domination. The painting depicts more than 500 people, each of whom conceals a unique story. The film by Polish director Lech Majewski is a stunning visual attempt to look into the lives of some of the characters who appear on the canvas. The viewer is transported to Bruegel's artistic world to the time of the late Middle Ages. The film traces the process of creation of Bruegel's masterpiece and allows us to penetrate the depth of its testimony. It captures the passion of Christ and the suffering of others, innocent and unknown figures, and thus becomes a remarkable meditation not only on a work of art, but also on religious and philosophical issues.
The heart of my web. In most paintings, God is shown parting the clouds, looking down on the world in displeasure. In my painting, the miller will take his place. He is the great miller of heaven, grinding the bread of life and destiny.
I'm a citizen of Antwerp, collector of paintings. I believe, and many others in this magnificent city also believe, that good men of all confessions can come together in peace and good understanding. And that is not the opinion of the King of Spain, who is also our king, alas. It is now his pleasure that all heretics should be put to death, the men by decapitation and the women. Women,
Nothing's going to happen.
Set in the world of theatre, the psychological drama presents a novice actress named Fine, who, despite the general consensus that she lacks talent, is cast by renowned director Caspar Friedman in the main role in a student staging of Camille. The authoritarian director sees in Fine the wounded and complicated personality elements that correspond to his notion of the eponymous character. The sometimes cruel theatre environment forces the girl to descend into the dark recesses of her very core, where she is expected to find the requisite intensity to perform. Fine, who takes on a new identity to accomplish the task, thus becomes a participant in the dangerous game. The experience of watching the talented German filmmaker's second film is enhanced by the excellent performances, the resourceful camera work, and the director's sensitivity in skillfully combining the existential level with the social aspects of the film. Mirza is a former singer in what was once the most popular punk band in Macedonia, but it broke up years ago. He is now 40, still living with his mother, and he occasionally sells drugs for the Albanian dealer Zim, who in return supplies him with grass on the cheap. Then one day Zim comes up with an idea. Mirza ought to get his band back together so they can perform at a benefit concert in Debar, a Macedonian city with an Albanian majority population. Mirza has an almost Herculean task ahead of him. After a period of 17 years to locate and convince all the band members, some of whom left Macedonia after the breakup of Yugoslavia, to perform together once again in concert. On a minimum budget, director and screenwriter Vladimir Blazevsky has turned in a punchy independent road movie about people for whom punk isn't just music, it's their whole life. He also uses black humor and insight to touch upon more serious issues, and thanks to the documentary techniques he employs in the film, he manages to achieve a sense of absolute conviction. Well, that was not the end of the movies that were screened on the third day of the festival. We'll be back shortly with some more. See you then.